Welcome in, guys. It is Brad with College SportsCast. I've got John Hammonds on with me, and we are here to talk mostly college football playoffs. It is game day pick'em. Welcome in, guys. It's Brad with College SportsCast. We are here to do a special edition of our Game Day Pick'ems. It is a Wednesday night, but tomorrow night is the first college football playoff semifinal. There's only 4 teams left, John, and we are going to talk a whole lot of college football here for the college football playoffs.
Yep, season's about over, Brad. It's been quick. It's getting to the nitty gritty. We got the portal happening as we speak. Craziness.
That's been absolute nutso. So we'll get to some of that too. If you are on Facebook with us, hit that subscribe, man. It's only 99 cents. We would appreciate it. It does help us to continue to make these for you. And it gives you your own subscribers page and a chat that we're in. And if you happen to be a Kentucky fan, you would know that we're not real happy right now. But also, that's in the chat, by the way. Also, it's only 99 cents a month, man. Just hit that subscribe. It's very cheap. I try to keep it that way and build it up from there. So, all right. Also, one other quick thing. At the top of the screen, I am going to put a QR code at the top of the screen. This QR code, while we're doing this show here tonight, is for our Bet US link with the Real Fresh channel. We appreciate Fresh and the Real Fresh channel being a partner with us, and we are on his channel, the Real Fresh channel on YouTube, as well as College SportsCast on YouTube. And you can use that link up there, that QR code up there, and you get 3 deposit matches of 125% for your betting. And that is a great deal to get a little extra money for your betting on 3 deposit matches of 125%. I'm going to leave that up on the screen as we are talking. All right, John, you want to talk a little bit about this silly game that just ended. I'm going to put this up as news and hot topics because I didn't even put it in the thing because I had no intentions of talking about this mess that we just seen. John, Kentucky had an 8-point lead with 4 minutes and 36 seconds to go at home in Rupp, and then they decided to play and act like they have never touched a basketball a day in their life.
No, and here's the thing. There were stretches in the second half, Brad, where they took that lead. Otega Oweh played really well. There was some spurts.
Chris, as bad as I hate to say it, you're 100% correct. But these players, the execution down the stretch, and I know a lot of fans are going to come on here and they're going to fuss about Pope. But I'm going to tell you right now, John, the execution down the stretch, Pope's not out there kicking the ball out of bounds. He's not out there throwing the ball out of bounds. He's not the one missing layups. He's not the one jacking up a highly impossible 3. Like, he's the point guard. I'm going to be honest with you, John. Last week, I saw Tony Morgan on the women's team run a play at the end of the game that was 3,000 times better than these 2 players. And that was Oweh and Lowe.
Well, I'm going to tell you, how does this team respond? And I say that because, this is a very, very toxic.
John, that they would respond tonight at home.
This is a very toxic situation. if nothing else, they're going to have to protect their home court going forward. You got a Missouri team that, had some struggles in non-con. They got blew out by Illinois. They beat Florida. You had a chance tonight. You blew that. Now you got Mississippi State.
They blew the North Carolina game at home, John. They had a lead, blew the North Carolina game at home as well.
I mean, really, we're going to see how much attitude and fortitude this team has. And I'll say this, Brad. This game against Mississippi State is critical because in the next couple of weeks, you're going to Tennessee. And Tennessee's pretty good.
I'm telling you guys, they were 6 of 13 on layups tonight, and 2 of those were dunks. So that means they were 4 of 11 on layups. The one thing they did find tonight, and Pope better institute this into the offense, is corner threes. They did hit and shoot corner. You better put all the other threes out and just try to plan and for corner threes, like and execute corner threes. Because I'm telling you right now, these players, John, I'm more pissed off at the players.
Yeah.
The ending of this was pathetic.
Oh, it was
absolutely bad. Pathetic.
They had, what was it, 2 turnovers? They called a timeout.
With 4 minutes and 36 seconds to go, we had an 8-point lead. If I'm not mistaken, we had 4 turnovers down the stretch.
And then you had the timeout. And what in God's name was that last shot that we put up?
Their execution is terrible. Oh, I know. I mean, honestly,
you meant airball, not airball.
Yeah. Well,
here's
if
the
it
thing.
wasn't for the backboard to just throw the damn thing off of, it would have been an airball.
I'm going to say this too, and I'm probably just going to lay it out there flat. If I see Denzel Aberdeen drive in the lane one more time and run into more defenders, I might pull my hair out.
I'm going to be honest with you, John. I swear to God, and I mean this from the bottom of my soul. The next game, I swear to you, I would start Yelovich, Trent Noah, and Jasper Johnson for 3 of them. For 100% sure, I would start them, and I would make sure that every darn player that's on that team knows that I'm not putting up with that kind of sorry, pitiful execution.
You know what's so bad about this? I can understand getting booed at Nashville. You're on a neutral floor, you're away from home. But to be booed off your home court at the buzzer?
I mean, they deserved it. I'm sorry, they deserved it. That finished and the way they executed and done, they deserved it. They deserved every bit of it.
I'm going to tell you something else that really bothers me is these wordisms by Pope. The therapy talk.
I don't even care about that. Just execute on the damn floor.
I feel like he don't have a game. He don't even have a game plan. Like there's times, Brad, you look over at the bench and he don't even know what he's doing.
I mean, John, we stole the ball with 13 seconds to go, 16 seconds to go, had an open layup for Otega Owe. And we can't even hit a layup.
You want to know an interesting stat that was brought up? I think that was the
Jerry Carter. They were 6 of 13 on layups, and 2 of those were dunks. So that means they were 4 of 11 on layups tonight.
This is their worst start to SEC play in 20 years. And the last time Kentucky started 0-2 since 05 and 6. It was also their first home opener conference loss since 2013. Like, while we're at it, why don't we just break more records? Because that's the road we're going down. I'm going to tell you, Brad, I'm going to say this, and we can kind of move on to what we're doing. If this continues into next season, the recruiting is going to go down.
Well, Don, I think the recruiting's going down already. I hate to break it to you, but the recruiting's going down already. There's nobody watching this. You watch the way that game ended and the execution and the way Kentucky's playing. There's nobody that wants to be here. I can promise you.
Let me tell you this too. What makes it so bad is this was a quad 3 loss, Brad. and their backs are up against the wall. You got a Mississippi State team that beat Oklahoma tonight. They're pretty good. You know, they got Josh Hubbard, really good 3-point shooter.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. Missouri's now, 12-3 and beat Florida and Kentucky. They're probably moving up in the net rankings.
Yeah, they're moving up, and probably Kentucky drops.
So they're quad 3 right now, but if they keep playing the way they are, Mark Mitchell is a stud.
I'm gonna go a step further, and we can move on to our football and portal and all that stuff. When was the last time that you felt like Kentucky football had more momentum than Kentucky basketball?
I mean, to be quite honest with you, when Calipari was here for a few years, I know that Stoops had a 10-2 team or 10-3 team. And, I mean, there was some years there with Calipari that it wasn't too good. I remember one that we won 9 ball games. It was 9-15 or 9-16.
It was the COVID. It was a COVID team.
And that was around the same time that we won 20 or in 21, we won 10 ball games in football.
I'm going to also say this. The heat is on. Nothing Mark Pope says right now is going to change what the UK fans think.
I don't give a crap. He can do all the word salad crap that he wants. I don't care. If he wants to sit and have a whole hour therapy session with the cameras rolling, he can do that all he wants. I'll be honest with you. I do not care. It's all about execution and getting these players to actually try to play ball.
Like, did you not notice late in the game? I think it was on that last, it might have been the offensive rebound that Missouri got. Chandler and Malachi Marino got into it.
Yeah, I mean, because it was over him not blocking out and getting that rebound on the free throw, on the missed free throw.
2.
On top of everything else.
Rebounds, Brad. 2.
On top of everything else, we give up an offensive rebound on a missed free throw that could have won the game. I mean, there's just so much. These players just aren't playing ball.
My question to you is, do they even practice?
Well, Jalen Lowe's probably not practicing much.
Well, no, probably not with his shoulder. And another thing, while we're on this topic, what are we doing with Jaden Quainance?
I don't know. He wasn't even on the floor down the stretch.
Top 10, top 5 draft pick, and you don't even know how to use him correctly?
I don't know, John. I'm pretty sure. Go look at the stats. But I only remember him taking one shot the entire game. He might have had 1 or 2 attempts on putbacks. He might have been 0-2 or 0-3.
If you want to watch college basketball, watch the girls. They're outdoing everybody right now.
I mean, it's pretty hard for him to be in the game when he never gets the ball. You don't even throw it up to him one time.
Well, and then there was a time where they got him the ball, and then he threw it out, and he was backing it in. He made a good play, got a foul shot. Then 5 minutes later, he jerks him right out of the game. Like, how's the kid supposed to have any experience and motivation when you're just jerking him out? These substitution patterns, they're just, a player does really good with Cam Williams. He jerks him out. I don't know, Brad. This is just a toxic mess, and it's going down a bad road, a really bad road.
Well, I don't know what else to tell you, but we are going to move on. We're not going to sit here and rant and rave about Kentucky all night long.
We got some
honestly, I didn't plan on really talking about it. I usually like to just keep my mouth shut because I usually get mad and say things that I probably shouldn't say, to be honest with you. So I usually just stay off of everything. If you notice, I don't really post. I just stay off everything and mind my business, to be honest with you, most of the time. That's usually what I do. But
Gary Carter brought up a good one. Is it 0 for 1, 18 minutes?
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. I'm not making that stat up. I mean, what are you doing for real? I don't know, guys. Maybe, just maybe, you got a top 10 talent. I don't know. Use him, maybe. I'm not sure. I mean,
why don't you use him like you did Amari Williams last year?
Something. I don't care what you do with him.
Let him run the offense through the top of the key. This running around on offense.
He did have what looked like maybe try a couple of tip-ins or a dunk putback or something. I thought maybe they might have give him a field goal attempt on that, but he had one field goal attempt that I remember.
That's pitiful.
That's pitiful.
Let's move on.
I kid you not. That's pitiful. It's just pitiful.
It is.
All right. We are going to move on to the college football playoffs, John. Tomorrow night is the first game, and I believe tomorrow night's is the Peach Bowl. Is that right? Tomorrow night is the Peach Bowl. We got Ole Miss versus Miami. Ole Miss is the 6th seed. Miami is the 10 seed in the playoffs, college football playoffs. And Miami's actually favored here by 3.5.
Yeah, this is the Fiesta Bowl. It's going to be a game like no other.
Fiesta? All right, I got them mixed up.
This is the Fiesta. You got the Rebels. They're the 6th seed facing the 10 seed Hurricanes. Spot for a title game on the line. Both of these teams were out of the playoffs a year ago. They got in with some kind of, Miami more or less got in on some controversy with the whole Notre Dame thing. A lot of people thought that they didn't deserve to be in. They questioned.
Actually, when you beat a team, I think you deserve it. So I actually think they got it right.
I do too. Trinidad Chambliss playing absolutely great. 5 straight wins. They beat Mississippi State.
Let's talk for just a minute about Ole Miss. I mean, this team has had to deal with probably more crap than any playoff team in the history of the college football playoffs. And they have still held this thing together, so much so that they are getting players back from the transfer portal, okay? And we'll get to that a little bit later. But they have held this together for 2 playoff wins and are in the semifinals. minus Lane Kiffin, coaches, assistant coaches, players. I mean, all this stuff that's going on. Let's just give Ole Miss and these players, with their determination, a little bit of credit.
Yeah, Pete Golding has done a wonderful job keeping this team together, keeping the players together. You know, they re-signed Keywan Lacey. They got some defensive guys back. They've went in the portal, and they've done some damage in the portal. They're still in on a bunch of guys. To see them react in the manner that they did with the whole Lane Kiffin thing shows a lot of character.
I mean, I'll be honest with you, John. I was so afraid when Kiffin left and everything. I was so afraid that this Ole Miss team would fall apart. I thought for sure that when the playoffs started, that they were just going to – I thought for sure they were going to fall apart and just get toasted. Now, when the playoff bracket actually come out and I saw they were playing Tulane, I did think they were going to win the first game. But I'll be honest with you, they played a heck of a lot stronger against Georgia than I thought they would.
I'm going to tell you something, Brad. If Ole Miss wins this national championship without Kiffin, it's going to be one heck of a story.
And you talking about, Signetti said it'd make one heck of a movie. This Ole Miss team, if they win this thing, I mean, holy cow, this will be a movie one day. I swear it will.
It will.
It might be 20 years from now, but one day if they win this title, one day it's going to be, because they got a Division II quarterback. They've got coaches leaving. The head coach, just abandoning them. They've got assistant coaches leaving and abandoning them. They're running back coach, like all this. It's insane. They have six coaches.
Was it Joe Judge that said that we're preparing like nobody's going to be there? That's what he said.
Yeah,
he said, we're prepared to go to battle even without coaches. And that says a lot about their character, Brad. And I'm going to tell you something. Trinidad Chambliss, what a story. Coming from Ferris State, Division II. Last week against Georgia, you couldn't ask for a better performance.
I think he had 13 straight completions or something like that.
Oh, he was pulling rabbits out of the hat, Brad.
I mean,
tight roping throws, incredible plays. Now, is that going to repeat against a really good Miami defense with Bain and those guys on the front, on the perimeter? Like the Miami defense, let's be honest, they're probably one of the better defenses. It is.
And now, I mean, since we're brought it up here, I mean, let's talk a little bit about this Miami team. I mean, John, in the middle of the year, I don't remember but they lost 2 or straight or 2 out of 3.
Well,
they didn't really look all that good for a while. They wasn't really playing all that well for a while. And they're not like lighting up the scoreboard or nothing, but man, that defense is legit.
Yeah, look at last year. You had Ohio State. What was it? They lost 2 games down the stretch, and they ended up winning the national championship. It's kind of in that same, ballpark. Listen, Miami's defensive line has probably been the best unit in all this whole playoff. They held A&M and Ohio State to 17 points.
Y'all, Reuben Bain is wow. I mean, if he's not a top 10 draft pick, the NFL has lost their minds.
I think if you put a bet on it right now, Brad, I think you got to put Miami as probably the second best team that can match Indiana when it comes. I
mean, here's the thing, John. Do you trust Beck? Carson Beck.
That's tough. That's tough.
And then I have another question. While we're just talking about Miami, I have another question. Mario Cristobal, can we talk a little bit about the job that he's done?
Yeah, he's done a fabulous
with Miami.
job.
Like really and truthfully, guys, Miami had been downtrodden for honestly most of the last 20 years, to be honest.
I will say that kind of this about Beck while we're on that is Ole Miss's defense is not great. I feel like they're the worst of the four when it comes
probably
to defense.
are.
And
I
Beck
think they are.
And Beck is probably going to have some receivers get open. You know, Tony's really good. They got Mark Fletcher in the backfield. They're just so dynamic.
They do have some pieces.
They got talent all over the field.
They do. And they're 3.5-point favorite here, John. So, okay, you got the matchup between Ole Miss's offense and Miami's defense. So let's talk about that matchup for just a few minutes. Ole Miss's offense versus that defense.
It's going to be interesting. You know, can Chambliss?
You've got Kejuan Lacey, and then you've got Trinidad playing the way he is with these wide receivers. How do you think this matchup is going to go?
It can go one or two ways.
Can Ole Miss's offensive line hold up to Bain and that defensive line?
It's going to be tough. Like I said, you know, they held Ohio State and A&M to 17 total points. This is probably the best unit on the field tomorrow night. And they got so many weapons. You know, Keontae Scott in the back. He was a transfer from Auburn. You got Bain up front. You just got a whole group of guys that are just playing together as a team. Now, on the other side, you got Trinidad Chambliss, Kejuan Lacey. Ole Miss has got a pretty decent offensive line. It's going to be interesting how this game maneuvers.
The wide receivers have been playing well, too. I mean, Ole Miss has.
Well, and I think you'll find out probably in the first 15 minutes where this game is going to go.
I mean, let me ask you this, because you said 17 points with Texas A&M and Ohio State. Does Ole Miss put up more than that by themselves on this Miami defense?
I think if you got Trinidad Chambliss as the quarterback, anything is possible. That was
they're going to need more than 17 points to probably win this game, don't you think?
They're probably going to need 24 at least.
All right, now let's talk.
If they get that much, though, I think they beat Miami because.
So let's talk a little bit about Miami's offense versus Ole Miss's defense. How do you see that playing out?
I think they're going to lean on the run game, Brad. You know, Fletcher, they'll do some short passes with Tony. They'll take some plays down the field, but I don't think they're going to look for them. I think this game is going to be about controlling the clock on their side because they want to control this game.
They want to keep them scoring. They want to keep
try to let Beck, make mistakes. I think they're wanting to shorten this game a little bit.
I think that's probably sounds right. I think they're going to want to keep that defense off the field and resting as much as they possibly can. So when they do come out, they can play shutdown defense.
I think, too, on the other side, Ole Miss is going to try to up the tempo a little bit. They're going to try to wear that front four down. It's a good strategy.
One of the top 10 teams on tempo in college football.
Yeah. I think you're going to see them kind of move the ball a little bit. I think they're going to hit some plays. This Ole Miss offense is good. They can score. I think they're going to make some plays. Now, do they make enough to win the game?
I have a question for you then. I asked you the question on Ole Miss. Can Miami's offense put up 20 or more points?
I think they can. Ole Miss's defense is not great. They're really not. I think they're, 154 yards they're giving up? I can't remember. There was a stat.
Miami's defense is so fast and will give Ole Miss fits. Yeah, that's what we're talking about here. You know, this is a intriguing matchup, offense versus defense, really. I believe Ole Miss versus Miami's defense. I think that's going to be a key, but I believe John is right.
Well, and I think, too, Ole Miss.
I'll say this about this. I think you're right, John. I think if Miami can keep the clock running on offense, I think that's going to be a key for this game.
Yeah, it is. Like I said, I think they're going to lean on the run game. They're going to do, like, medium passes. But I think they're going to try to get deep with Tony a little bit to kind of, open up that game, the ground game a little bit. The thing about it is, though, Brad, I don't think they're going to try to let Beck do too much because
honestly, he's probably going to end the night with around 20 passes, 21, 22 passes.
He's prone to mistakes. In a game of this magnitude, you don't want to let that get out of hand.
He's probably going to have somewhere between 18 and 22 passes.
Yeah, most likely, yeah.
I bet you that's where he winds up. The rest of it will be a bunch of run plays. If you go look at what they've done the last 2 weeks, that's pretty close to what they've done on offense.
And I'm going to give my pick real quick. I'm going to take Ole Miss. I believe in this team. I believe in Trinidad Chambliss. I think they get it done, and I think they're playing for a national championship on the 19th.
Gosh, John, everything in me says Miami's going to win this thing. I'm just going to be honest with you. I think that defense is absolute lights out.
I agree with you. I just think
and
gets it done.
I really feel like Miami is going to surprise a lot of people and get to the finals. I do. But there is something about this Ole Miss team. It almost seems like fate, man. Like, it's almost like these guys and these players are trying to throw this in Lane's face.
Yeah, a little bit.
That's what it feels like.
And there was a bunch of guys that was supposed to go to LSU ended up re-signing with Ole Miss, which kind of put a damper on things. Now, they done pretty good in the portal. Kiffin has the last couple of days, but seeing Ole Miss players kind of snark at what Kiffin has done, it's kind of
so that's what I was talking about. Jerry asked, what are you saying about players? I'll put that up on the screen right now before we move on. He was saying, what are you saying about players coming out of the portal? So Kejuan Lacey was one of the players that has re-signed with Ole Miss. Trinidad Chambliss, if he gets to come back for another year, he has re-signed with Ole Miss. And I think there was at least 3 or 4 other players that Kiffin thought was going to go with him. And they are all signing on to stay at Ole Miss. This team is coming together. These players are gelling together almost just out of sheer grit and might, just to show you what you left, to be quite honest.
I think, too, this is like a strength-on-strength type game. Hurricanes have been really good at being conservative, Brad, run the football. I think this game could be a shootout. I expect Ole Miss to do their thing. Their breakneck pace.
I think Miami's defense is too tough to be a shootout, in my opinion.
Yeah, I do. But I do think Trinidad Chambliss will make some plays.
So even though everything inside of me says to take Miami, I just have this feeling that it's Ole Miss, like it's fate. I tell you what I'm going to do is 3.5 points. I'm going to take Ole Miss in the 3.5 points. And if Miami wins by 2 or 3, I still win.
Yeah.
I think because I really think Miami has the team to do this.
I do as well.
I just have this little feeling inside that says that determination, it's just fate. They're supposed to come together and show everybody what coming together despite all of this means. I just do. I have a feeling that that's what's happening. All right, John, we're going to move on to the Indiana, number one Indiana, I think is also a 3.5-point favorite over Oregon. And this one is the Peach Bowl. I got them mixed up a while ago. Yep. Number one Indiana is 14-0 now, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Oregon's only loss this year was a 30-20 loss to Indiana in Eugene, where Oregon had a lead in the second half in this game.
I'm going to tell you something, Brad. Kurt Cignetti, he's 2 wins away, Brad, from bringing a title back to Indiana just in his second year. Let's just realize what he's done. He's took guys from James Madison, a bunch of 3-star guys, a bunch of guys that
they have zero. I saw it today, 24/7 Sports. They have 0 5-stars and only 7 4-stars on their entire roster.
You gotta feel like, Brad, that they are probably the best team left. You know, they got wins over Oregon, Ohio State, Alabama, all the way from – they're not even at home. No other team in the country has those wins. Nope. It's just amazing to see what Kirk Cignetti has done. And here's my thing about it. We look back at the Alabama dynasty with Nick Saban. He dominated at Alabama for what, 15 years?
17, I think, total.
This feels like another Saban, like a hot in the bottle type thing.
I mean, it does.
Or it's like they're hot on the recruiting trail. They're hot in the portal.
Well, once you get to the college football playoff last year, and then you repeat, and now you're the best team in the country. They're getting all kinds of players now out of the portal because people see that he's a winner.
Well, it also helps that you have a billionaire and Mark Cuban.
Google me, I win.
Yeah, Google me, I win.
I mean, for real. But John, I want to ask you: did you ever think that you would see Indiana spank Alabama the way you did in the quarterfinals?
I did not.
In your lifetime, did you ever think you would witness something like that?
It's a changing of the guard.
Like,
it's a new day. It's a new era.
I mean, they didn't just beat them. They spanked the hell out of them.
I'm going to tell you something, Brad. We can talk about Alabama some other time, but the Alabama that we once knew, it's not Alabama anymore. Now, to be fair,
I picked Indiana to win this game over them, but I was shocked at how they just spanked the living shit out of them.
To be fair, they do get players. They still get 4 and 5 stars. It's just not your Saban Alabama. It's how you would say that? It's maybe like your Gene Stallings Alabama.
I mean, we can talk about them a little bit more another time. I mean, I think Ty Simpson breaking a rib didn't help in that game.
It didn't. And Ryan Williams being a no-show, that didn't help.
Yeah.
But I want to go to Oregon because last week against Texas Tech, their best victory, I think, was USC.
And John, if their offense plays just a smidget better and kicks a couple of field goals that they should have, Dan Lanning, because in this Indiana game, it's going to be like you're going to have to kick those field goals. to be honest with you. All right.
Well,
If they win this game 36-0 against Texas Tech.
Well, and people forget in this game, Fernando Mendoza was not really great. He threw a pick six late in the game.
Yeah, but Dante Moore threw 2 picks and threw one late.
Yeah, and he had 6, and Indiana sacked him 6 times, I think.
Yeah.
So
this was probably Dante Moore's worst game this year against Indiana out in Eugene. And Dan Lanning wants to pay this back. He does.
And you look at last week, I was saying the Texas Tech game. That was probably one of their better games of the year.
That defense, if they can come with that defense that they played with against Texas Tech, who knows?
I'll say both defenses are good. I just think Indiana's really better at pushing the line of scrimmage. And if they can't run the football in this game, I think Oregon's in trouble.
And they have some back issues too. They have
Jordan Davison's going to be out. I think they're only down to 2. I think Noah Whittingham and De'Aaron Hill is there. Dante Moore will be playing as well. I'm going to tell you something. Indiana's got 2 good backs, Roman Hemby and Kalen Black. Hemby in the first meeting had a really good game. Hemby is really, really good. This is a really good Indiana offense. The RPO, the way Mendoza uses it out of the pocket, the way he throws on the run.
Look, both of these teams, John, have great defenses. I think Indiana's is a smidget better, but both of these teams have great defenses.
They do.
My question to you, which offense is a little better? It's kind of tough, isn't it?
A little bit.
Like, I think these 2 teams are kind of evenly matched.
I think Oregon not having having the running back issues, I think it's going to be tough, which makes this game really tough to pick.
And by the way, Will Stein is back out in Eugene as the offensive coordinator, where he's been, and pulling portal people out for Kentucky all in 1 week, putting some staff pieces together. He has been pulling triple duty, to be quite honest with you. John, do you think Stein can pull some magic is what I want to know.
Yeah, I think he can. A lot of Oregon fans are kind of questioning him right now, and I get it because he's focused on the game and he's focused on Kentucky. And they feel like, he's not focused in on calling the right plays.
At least he's there.
He's there. He's there. I mean, but here's my thing. I'm not nearly as confident, Brad, in this Oregon offense as I am their defense. Their defense is really, really good. Now, I like Dante Moore, but there's some things that Dante Moore needs to clean up before he goes to the pros. He gets pressured quite a bit. I think Indiana sacked him 6 times in the first game. Sometimes he makes, bad decisions. He had the Texas Tech interception. He makes bad decisions sometimes. But overall, from a potential standpoint, Dante Moore probably – let's be honest, Brad. He's probably one of the top 5 players in the NFL draft coming out of Oregon.
If he decides to leave, he probably will be.
With that said, I'm going to Indiana. I like Oregon. Will Stein is there. I've always told you Dan Lanning is one of my favorite coaches. He's one of the better coaches in the country. He recruits well. He develops. He's got a fun offense. His defenses are really good too. I even told you a while back that I thought he might be the next Kirby Smart. He knows how to get his team prepared to win. And I think he's going to get them prepared.
And that's kind of so it's almost like Dan Lanning is the next Kirby Smart, and Cignetti is the next Saban.
Yeah, it feels like there's just like a total changing of a guard.
Doesn't that kind of feel like what this game is, that we're watching the next Saban and the next Kirby Smart?
Yeah, it does in a way. And I just can't go without saying what Kirk Cignetti has done, how he's built Indiana. You know, the recruiting trail, Brad, they're on fire. The portal, they're on fire. I mean, heck, they got Mark Cuban sending donations to them, a billionaire, which
big donations.
He's from Indiana. So, I mean, he went to school. And what I'm saying, there's so much momentum with this group. Fernando Mendoza is really good. They got a good offense. Their defense is really good. I think they're number one in rate, pressure rate at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
They're really good, Brad. This is a really good Indiana team.
They are, and I'm going to be honest with you, John.
We live in a world, Brad. We live in a world, and I want everybody to hear this. We live in a world where your national champion might be the Indiana Hoosiers.
This is true. This is very true. John, I'm going to be different, okay? And I'm doing this because I really feel like most everybody is going to pick Indiana in this game. And I'm going to give Oregon a little bit of credit here. I love me some Dan Lanning. I have for a long time here on this show. I have talked about Dan Lanning and what a great job he's doing. It's not just it's his fire, it's his passion, it's the way he relates to these kids. It's he's got a great wife and a great family that is out there doing all kinds of stuff for these kids.
It's very family oriented out there.
It's just he runs a class program. Now, so does Cignetti. Listen, Cignetti is just as dry and cutthroat. He does it different than Dan Lanning. Dan Lanning is emotional and fiery. And
remember that pic that they showed him, Kirk Cignetti?
Yeah.
At the Rose Bowl. He knew that they was going to make a play.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, but they do it different. But I really like Dan Lanning's personality. And here's what I think. I think he's going to be out for a revenge here in this game. I think, and I'll be honest with you, and I could be wrong here, but last week we saw them run a fake punt.
Yep.
And they completed it. So I would not be surprised here to see them go all out.
So throw the kitchen sink at everything.
Do what?
Throw the kitchen sink at everything.
I would not be surprised, man. Flea flickers, fake field goals, fake punts. Nothing is off the table. So for that reason, I'm going to take Oregon in the 3.5 points, just like I did with Ole Miss. And we'll see what happens. I do believe that most of the media and most of the analysts are going to take Indiana in this matchup. And I see why. Indiana is really, really good. And like John said, they are the most likely team to win the title right now. Tonight, while we're sitting here, they are the most likely team to win the title. I think I'm trying to pick an upset is what I'm trying to do. A complete upset. That's what I'm trying to do. All right. So with that said, that is going to wrap up our college football playoff talk for this week because there's only those 2 games to talk about. So, John, I have a question for you before we move on. Are we going to do a live like we did last year for the finals?
Yeah, we can.
The championship live?
Yeah, we
can.
So
right here on January the 19th, we are going to do a live college football championship streaming show right here on College SportsCast. We may even have a guest. I may see if I can get one other on with us and have a guest and have 3 of us on. We did last year with Will, so maybe we'll find somebody this time to be on with us and just have a little bit of fun and do it live. We can't show the game, but we can talk about it. We can talk about the plays and what's happening and everything else. That's what we did last year. It was really fun to do. So I just want to put that out there that we are planning to do a championship game live show. Michael Hunt says Oregon's teams historically has been known for their offense, but their defense put on a clinic against Tech. They did, absolutely. I agree with that. Agree with that 100%. They absolutely did. If their offense played just a little better, I believe they would have won 36-0 or more.
Yeah.
All right, John, let's do an update of the college football transfer portal. This can be overall. I want to throw out some teams. Texas Tech seems to be putting money out there for everybody. I mean, I think they're after everybody. They might have already signed 47 players. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Seems like they have put money out for everybody. Are they not?
Here's the thing, Brad. If you're going to do a deep dive into this portal, get ready, put your face paint on, and grab a helmet, and let's go. Let's go, because it's absolutely insanity.
I mean, John, let's talk about some teams. I mean, honestly, Texas Tech seems to be throwing money all over the place. Indiana seems to be throwing money all over the place.
8 hours ago, there was 25% of all college football was in the portal.
That's just Division I.
That's just Division I.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, Brad. There's no guardrails with all this. At least, I don't know, the student athlete thing, I feel like it should exist in this sport. But it feels like that.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. When it comes down to it, and we can talk about this more another time, I was trying to just do an update on the portal. But I believe with this new revenue share that this needs to be, at the very least, this needs to be 2-year contracts.
Yeah. And another thing that really needs to change is the calendar. Right when
100%.
You're playing in the middle of a semifinal game and you got players on campus and you're trying to prepare for a championship semifinal.
You got the portal open, and one of them might leave Oregon to go to Indiana before you play. Like they announced to leave Oregon to go to Indiana, and you're still playing a damn football game. Like, what?
It's absolutely nuts. And while we're on the portal, I felt like Matt Campbell, he's building a really big class at Penn State.
So that's something I want to talk about. I don't know if you could call it building a class or not. He's basically just ripping off Iowa State and taking all their players.
Now, a few of them now went elsewhere. They had
Come on now. This morning, he had taken 19 players from Iowa State to Penn State. That was this morning. I ain't looked in 12 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, he does have the #1 portal class, but congratulations, Matt Campbell. Way to go. Good job. I mean, honestly.
I'm going to tell you who actually won this whole portal is Florida and John Summerall. You know, Jaden Woods, according to reports, has withdrawn from the portal and will return to school.
Did he withdraw?
Well, they said that was the
I know
report.
he met with him.
It was about an hour ago. And then you had Ole Miss. there was a lot of challenges. Pete Golden has went through. Keith Carter, their athletic director, they've had to deal with quite a bit the last few weeks, Brad. All the drama, coaches going to LSU, would they be allowed to finish a playoff run? And to hold some of those guys and preparing for a game against Miami and having to navigate this whole portal, props.
I mean, you go look at the class, man, and it says Penn State has the number one class. Well, they literally ripped off 20 players from Iowa State.
Yeah.
The
big one I kind of want to talk about is the Damon Williams thing from Washington.
Yeah, we'll get to that. I want to run through. You got Penn State that's up there because they're taking all Iowa State players, and you've got Indiana that's up in there. You've got Texas Tech that's up in there that's doing really good. LSU is doing pretty good in the portal. They hadn't found a quarterback yet, but they're doing pretty good in the portal. And then, John, I want you to just touch on what Will Stein's doing in the portal.
Will Stein is doing an absolute fabulous job. The offensive lineman, what was it, from Alabama, Brad, that they got this morning, the kid from Finland. He was a really big pickup. The Castile pickup was really, really good.
Castile from Florida is going to be a big one.
Well, and then you had Kenny Minchie, the flip.
Yeah.
From Nebraska to Kentucky in a matter of, Lord have mercy. And then you had the Damon Williams thing last night, really late. Craziness, Brad, craziness.
So Damon Williams is the Washington quarterback. Excuse me. 4 days ago, he signed a new rev share NIL deal for 2026 with Washington that supposedly had a clause in it stating that he couldn't go to the portal. And then yesterday evening, he tried to put his name in the portal. Washington's actually fighting them and saying they're not going to do it. And going to the Big Ten, possibly going to take it to lawyers. It's a mess, an absolute mess. And here's what I want to say about that.
Yeah,
John, if you're a kid and you sign a new deal for the next season, there should be no opt-outs. This was 4 damn days ago.
I think you should honor your contract.
This was 4 damn days ago.
If you put your name on ink and you say, you know what, I'm signing a 4-year, 5-year, whatever deal, and you opt out of that, I feel like you should be punished by staying at that school and having to ride it out.
And maybe not even playing, because that's up to the coach's discretion after that.
Well, and a lot of rumors last night was there was a soccer player at Washington that passed due to cancer, and that he made that announcement right in the middle of that when the players was at that celebration. And I don't know the whole ordeal about that, but a lot of Washington fans are upset over that because he done it at a bad time, like bad timing. 4 days after, 4 days, you sign the contract and then you do that right in the middle of a celebration of life. Like, the timing is just really, really bad.
I agree, man. It was not good at all. All right. We are going to wrap the show up with 2 basketball games, and I'm doing some women's games because right now I'm a little pissed off at men's games, to be quite honest with you. And there is some really good There's some really good women's games on Sunday in the SEC, and these are going to matter in the SEC. Kentucky started off 2-0. They beat LSU in Baton Rouge last Thursday night. John, number 2 Texas is coming to Baton Rouge. And LSU is now 0-2. They were number 5. They're coming back home.
How big of a win does LSU need here? I say that because there seems to be.
And Texas is playing lights out. Now, LSU does have a game on Thursday night, which would be tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
Yeah, tomorrow night. They have a game tomorrow night against Georgia, which they might win. So they might actually be 1-2 before this game in the SEC. But they're 0-2 tonight, and they need a win. And they need a big win here, to be honest, at home.
I watched the Kentucky game, and I watched the Vanderbilt game, okay? There seems to be some dysfunction with this team.
The guard play is great, but, man, I'm going to tell you right now that the post play on this LSU team is not good. And Texas actually has a really big, pretty good girl. Not great, but pretty good.
They have a big advantage. They have an advantage in the post. You know, got Madison Booker, Oldacre, Rory Harmon.
Oldacre's going to eat them alive.
It's not great, Brad. It's not a good sign for Kim Mulkey going forward in SEC play because they're probably going to be knocked out of the SEC regular season championship. Let's just be honest. They're probably.
And then after this Texas game, they play Oklahoma.
That's what I mean. It's a brutal stretch, a gauntlet. They get them at home. So
they get Texas at home.
Can you win the Georgia game? Can you win the LSU or the Texas game and kind of bounce back and get your little groove back? Because if you lose to LSU or Texas on Sunday, you're staring down a 1-3 start in SEC play.
And then you go to Oklahoma. Might be 1-4
or 2-3 because they'll probably most likely beat Georgia.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go Texas, Brad. Texas to me, I feel like it's the best team in the country, not named UConn.
Lee is playing great shooting. I mean, Rory Harmon is, I think, been one of the best point guards in the nation.
Yeah. She has.
I'm not going to listen. Tony Morgan's been playing great.
I would even go as far as say Tony Morgan is right up there with him.
The way she has been. I think she is up there with him. But Rory Harmon is an excellent, excellent point guard.
I'm a little prejudiced because it's Kentucky, but I'm just saying she's been pretty solid. I'm gonna go Texas, Brad. I think they win this game. I even think they win this game by double digits.
God, that would be so bad for LSU, to be honest with you. And I can't. After watching them a couple of times here, I cannot pick them to beat Texas. I just can't. Even if it's at home, I can't do it. I think they're going to dominate this game inside. I'm not sure. LSU might have 20 rebounds, and Texas has 50.
Now, offensively, Flau'jae Johnson, Michaela Williams. Now they're probably going to do their thing at the guards.
Malaysia Fulwiley can be great. Hell, that Richards kid, Jada Richards, was really good against Kentucky.
She was.
I
just think
their guard play is really great.
I just think the post play is concerning going forward.
It is really concerning. All right, John, I am going to wrap up the show talking about number 5 Oklahoma at Kentucky on Sunday. I will be there, be at this game. Actually going to take some family with me. I will be there not as a fan, as a media reporter covering this game. I cannot wait. Last year, They went to Oklahoma in the regular season, and a girl by the name of Georgia Amore put up 43 on them and beat them pretty handedly on their home floor out in Norman. Now, Oklahoma did get their revenge. They beat the Kentucky girls. I'm saying us because I cover them. But they beat Kentucky girls in the SEC tournament last year. So they did get their revenge already. But, man, John, this is going to be an absolute battle, top 6 battle.
It is. You know, Aaliyah Chavez, probably one of the better freshmen in the country. You know, Sahara Williams is really, really good. Peyton Verhulst is really, really good.
Who played at Louisville, by the way, if you remember that name.
You got Reagan Beers, the Lofton girl.
6'4". Reagan Beers is 6'4". She's a big girl. She's a beast in the middle to handle.
And then
she gets the free throw line a lot.
And then you got on the other side, you got Tony Morgan, Clara Strack. Now, let's be honest, Tiana Key's not playing. This is going to be a struggle without her. The next few weeks are going to be telling without Tiana Key. But she did get good news. So she will be back this season. So Kentucky fans, just hold on. She'll be back. And I think once she gets back and gets in tune with the game and starts playing again, I think she will most likely put this team back to where it was when before.
It is unfortunate because that LSU game, she was absolutely vital. And she is going to miss at least 2 to 4 weeks here. It could be 5 or 6, but we're hoping for about 4, to be quite honest. I'm
going as far as saying this, Brad, that this Oklahoma team might be better than they was last year.
I mean, when you got Chavez and you got the Lee girl shooting like she is, they might be, John. Like, they really might be better. And they're coming into Memorial. They got a great coach. She is an excellent, excellent coach there and has put together one heck of a program. And with Kentucky being without Key, I'm a little concerned about this game, to be quite honest.
It's going to be a battle. As much as I want to pick the Cats, I think this is where they drop one.
I mean, they're still undefeated at home. They have not lost at home this year, so that gives them a little bit here.
I do think they'll beat Alabama this week. Alabama, you know, they lost Barker.
They'll play Alabama tomorrow night in Alabama.
But I think they lost a lot of pieces. I think Kentucky will take care of business on the road. But I think even at home without Tiana Key, it's still going to be tough. Even on the road is going to be tough. But I think they can kind of get by with this Alabama team, which this Alabama team is probably pretty good. From the games that I've seen, they do. They have a great record there, but they really haven't played anybody. No, they haven't played any competition. So this will be their first step up. So,
well, they did. They played South Carolina the other night and got beat like 27 points.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. They've not played.
That's the only real competition team that they played.
What I'm saying, they've not played SEC comp. It's been kind of the
Alabama. But John, in this game, like I said, I am going to this game. I can't go against the Cats at home. Like Kenny's done such a great job. I got to think he's going to figure it out. Here's what I'm going to say: KK Carroll has got to step up in Tiana Key's absence.
Yep.
She's 6'3". She can rebound. She can block out. She can defend down low. And they are going to have her step up because she is a lights-out shooter on the offensive side of the ball. If she can defend and rebound down low and help this team while Tiana Key is out, it will be vital for the Cats to stay in the top 10, top 15.
It will.
So I'm looking for KK Carroll to make a big step up while Tiani Key is out. This is your opportunity, KK. I love you, girl. I really do. I will say that. I do. And I've covered these girls for a long time. It is kind of personal to me, to be quite honest with you. But, man, I'm really hoping to see KK step up.
I'll say this too, while we're on the topic of men's sports. Get you some sleep and focus on badminton, tennis, anything beyond Kentucky men's basketball right now, because this is
telling you, everybody needs to be watching this game on Sunday. All these Cat fans, they need to fill this. They need to fill this stadium. It needs to be a sellout. There needs to be 6,500, 7,000 people there. It needs to be a sellout. Everybody needs to tune in, and watch this game. This is a top 6 matchup. It is going to be a hell of a show. I promise you that.
I got one more question for you before we
teams.
get off here. You think they beat Mississippi State Saturday?
John, it's hard for me to say. I mean, Hubbard will probably light us up. If we can't beat this team at home, I don't know, man.
I'm going to say this real quick. Everybody's talking about, how bad we struggled at home tonight. Imagine what's going to happen when we play the Tennessees, the Arkansas. Yes, John Calipari's team. They got a better team this year. I will give him that. They got 2 good guards. Darius Acuff. They might whip us by 20 points.
I mean, we still got to play Alabama at home. We got to play Florida twice.
Ole Miss.
Yeah, I mean, this
was a winnable game because the SEC, I tell you,
this is the first time Missouri has ever won in Rupp Arena.
The SEC is really down. You got Auburn not playing great. They're same record as Kentucky. You got Florida in the same spot.
Yeah, pretty much one game ahead. But
the
pretty much,
this game was kind of a given game that you should have went in and won this game, and now you're staring down the barrel of an 0-3 start in SEC play.
John, it's like this team, instead of finding ways to win, this team finds ways to lose.
You said this about a month ago, and I'm going to bring it up, and I hope you don't get flack for this. But you said it feels like they're trying to sabotage.
It feels like they're trying to find ways to lose. Look at the last 4.5 minutes of that game today. Come on. There's no way that these guys are that bad. I don't believe that for a second.
It was 66-58 with what, 4 minutes to go?
4 minutes and 36 seconds to go.
How do you let that lead slip?
There's no way they're that bad. Kicking the ball out of bounds, can't catch it, throwing it out of bounds, missing layups. I mean, come on now. Can't get an offense, can't get a rebound on a free throw. I mean, throwing up a shot that's unbelievable at the buzzer. I mean, at the last play.
We need some Benny Hill music.
There's no way that they're that bad. I don't believe that for a second.
Yep.
I just don't.
Bad. It's bad, Brad. It's bad. So.
All right. I'm going to go Cats here in this game just so we finish that up and I can get that off the screen. But that is going to be our show here tonight. We have put in a little Kentucky basketball. We have done our game day pick'ems for college football playoffs and a couple of women's basketball games.
I will say this. I hope the Monday show does not end up like this one.
Lord have mercy. I'm not sure. We might have to put the Wildcat Week of the men's basketball in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, Jerry, that was a bad one too. He said Oweh missed at the rim.
Yeah. Like, I don't believe that they're that bad for a second. I don't. It's almost like they're trying to do that. Like, come on. They're not. Does anybody believe they're that bad? I don't believe it.
Later, Jerry. You have a good night, brother. Hey, go Eagles. They play the 49ers this weekend. Oh, he's going to hate me on that one, but that's all right.
Go Packers. Can you please put the Bears out? That would be awesome. You ain't done nothing the last 5 weeks.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We're going to wrap it up. We will see you guys on Monday night. We're going to take some time off here, enjoy the college football playoffs. I am looking forward to those games and a couple of women's games, to be honest with you, this week. So I'm not sure about the men's. I might like mow the yard or something on Saturday.
It's wintertime, bro.
That's what I meant.
Oh, me. Oh, me. Oh, goodness gracious.
All right, man. We're wrapping it up. We'll see you later. Catch us for Wildcat Weekly. This has been College SportsCast Game Day Pick'em, College Football Playoff Semifinal Edition.
Have a good one, y'all.